You're tuning into the Gamers 2 Cents podcast, where we're not the gaming pros, we're just gaming pros. Here to give you your weekly gaming news. It's ComradeBeard here with my two co-hosts, SOB 101 and the Halfbakedvillain. Sob, why don't you start us off on our first topic of the day? Sob, why don't you start us off on our first topic of the day?
Oh, my bad. Anyways, yeah, good morning. Happy New Year again.
Happy New
Starting up,
Year.
I didn't expect a reply.
Happy New Year!
Anyways, Windows. So there was a rumor or a talk started by Windows Central saying that Wolfenstein 3 is in development by Machine Games. I'm very excited, but obviously, when it comes from one source, it's a rumor. After Kotaku solidified it much more when they reported their sources were saying Wolfenstein 3 is in development. Um, I personally am excited, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Because, well, I'm excited because on Open Critic, it's high reviews. The first Wolfenstein, it's 81% critics recommend, and number two is 92%. And the last time it released was 2017. Machine Games were busy working on Indiana Jones. And I heard on a podcast that they always want to finish Wolfenstein as a trilogy, the main line, because there's been Wolfenstein Youngblood and the other VR thing, which were bad. I do not recommend Youngbloods. That's a very bad game, but that really wasn't a fully developed by Machine Games. But yeah, what do you guys think? You guys played or any thoughts?
I enjoy the Wolfenstein series. For people who aren't aware what Wolfenstein is, it's the whole IP itself has been around since like 1980 itself in the 80s in various iterations. Um, Basically, you play as the B.J. Blazkowicz shooting Nazis and fighting Hitler in a world where reimagined as the Nazis winning the war and taking over the world. Basically, B.J. Blazkowicz is fighting against them. In like 2014, they made like the reboot of the series, basically, like you were saying, Saab, and it's been a great success. Like it was hugely popped off. And like you said, there was various spin-offs, but the mainline games they always intended as a trilogy, and they haven't released the third game until clamorings about it are happening now. Another thing that's interesting is there are also rumors. I don't know if you heard about this, about the Wolfenstein TV series because of all the Fallout, the success of the Fallout TV series. The Wolfenstein TV series, there are clamorings about that going out as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How about yourself? Have you played Wolfenstein games?
I played Wolfenstein 3D on the Game Boy Advance. I think that was like
Mm.
so
Yeah,
I
well, it's
played
since
that
Classic.
on I'm surprised to get that reaction from Saab. But I played that in the early 2000s. I think they came out like 2003 or 4. I don't know. I played that game 2002. That's what it was. Yeah,
Mhm.
I played that game and I'm gonna be honest. Back then I didn't really know jack shit about the storyline or anything. I just enjoyed it simply for the gameplay. So, you
There was
telling me
no
about the
storyline.
storyline?
Back then there was literally no storyline. It was
It's
just
simple.
a
Just defeat
guy
Hitler.
going through a maze trying to fight Mecha Hitler.
Oh, okay. I thought I just
That
wasn't
was
paying
the story
attention.
back then. Yeah, the story developed over time. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I was enjoying it for what it's worth then. Yeah, the game was. I had a blast playing that game. So hearing about this, I'm definitely hype. Yes, 100%. So
Yeah.
yep, that's my
And also,
experience.
and the TV series, if done right, could be as big a hit as Fallout if it ever actually does go out and come in. So I'm excited for that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So
I'm excited that these reports, and I hope it goes out very well and becomes one of the better trilogies in gaming.
Really, yeah.
So yeah, let's move on. Crap. Avowed. They announced on January 9th that they will be releasing on PS5. So and Envoys. It says Envoys. We're pleased to announce that Avowed is officially coming to PlayStation 5 on February 17th. Pre-orders are now available on PlayStation Store with two editions, the 50 and the 60. Um, Obviously, it's gonna sell very well because it's on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation people buy their games. I personally will probably be not getting this because they're gonna bring out a physical copy, but it's barely gonna be anything on it. So for
So
me,
I'm done
it's
for buys any games unless they're physical. That's how it is.
no. I buy digital if it's on a really good sale, and I'm like, fuck it, you know. But that's far in between. Um, but yeah, you guys looking forward to this?
I would definitely get it if it's on a good sale. This is a game that I've seen back when it originally came out on like Xbox and things like that. And it looked like I said, it looked like a fun game. I was just never able to play it. I don't own Xbox. Um, it looks like a fun game, like a nice, like basically fantasy RPG. Um, apparently, it's got like multiple choices and things like that, and just wielding magic and everything. It's a typical like RPG setting, but it looks like it could be fun and entertaining. I'm excited to actually get my hands on it because I'm a PlayStation boy my whole life, so actually being able to play it on my console, yeah, exciting. How about you, Have you ever heard of Avowed or anything like that?
nope, not until now. But if I had a PS5, I would definitely grab this. If I was looking for like a role playing game like Morrowind or something, like your typical role playing game, but it looks fun. It definitely
Mm,
looks fun and interesting. Looks like a little bit of a faster Oblivion or Elder Scrolls.
yeah,
Um, yeah, this game looks dope. I would definitely grab it if I had a PS5.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Saab?
What's next on the agenda?
Oh, the damn horses! They're doing everything here. Okay.
I'm not a horse. I'm a man.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Detroit Become Human just sold 1 million copies in 2 weeks. This was reported January 7th. Uh, it's reported by Insider Gaming, and it had a huge in December. It had a huge growth of players. Maybe that's because it went from $40 to $4, but nonetheless, for a game to be, it was trailing Arc Raiders one time during that December, right behind it, I believe, or a couple steps below. But that's impressive because it's a single player game. It's made by the people who made Heavy Rain. If you guys ever know about that game, um, it's one of their best games. I've always wanted that game, but I don't know. It's because I feel like it's gonna be a chore to find the physical because they did stop selling the physical. Um, but yeah, it's one of those games I really want to play because I've only played Heavy Rain from Quantic Dream. But it did release way back in 2018, so it's a pretty old game. Do you guys got any comments about this?
My biggest comment is Saab's never going to play this. This game has multiple endings. It's very involved. Saab plays a single player game, and once he gets to an ending, he's like, okay, next game. So Saab's never going to be able to play through this game and fully enjoy it. He's got too much of a backlog. He's going to be able to play it once finish it and be like, okay, next game. But yeah, no, it's a very good game for what I've heard. I'm happy that it's succeeding. It kind of like you said, probably because of the sale. But yeah, like it's very involved. You play multiple characters, and it's one of those games where it's like your choices matter. Your choices actually do matter in this game. They do impact a lot of things, even like seemingly little things that you do way in the beginning affect the ending in various ways. Um, it's a very involved game, and I'm happy. It's good that it's doing well. I highly recommend it. I did play it.
What do
I
you
do
what do you
highly
play?
recommend it.
There's three characters, right? Some kind of woman who's a babysitter, a android officer or something, and some rebel. I don't know.
They're
You know
all
better.
androids that you play.
It's
Basically,
three,
they're all
right?
androids. I believe it was three. Like I said, I played it back in 2018. It was a while ago, but
All I
but
hear is praise for this thing, and
it's excellent. Like I said, because like I said, every like the choices that you make matter. It's very heavily story driven game, and it does like it's like very good. Like it's just very good. Like I highly recommend it. It's one of those games where you start up and you're in it. It's very much you're in it and you feel what's going on. Uh, so I like I said, I highly recommend it. I don't know if you heard anything about it, Half.
I glanced at the game. It looks pretty cool. I've heard that it was a pretty good game through the grapevine. But yeah, this sounds like good news overall. That's
Yeah.
that's what I could say. Probably not a game I would touch, but it looks like a pretty good game, and I didn't know it had all those endings and stuff.
because he
Till you
doesn't play good games.
hardy har har. That's hilarious coming from you. But yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, sounds like good news overall. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can go to the next topic now.
What do we got, Sub? We got a very awkward pause as Sub decides what the next topic is to decide,
Oh, my bad. I had to
go
do
on with.
something. All right. Anyways, moving on. Uh, moving on. Okay, yeah. Splitgate Arena Reloaded had made a post on their X January 6th. Their response was Steam charts don't measure fun. They show one number on one platform at one given moment. They don't show the full picture or what it feels like to actually play, and they definitely don't capture the community that's actively helping shape what Arena Reloaded is becoming, including upcoming content like Arena Royale. This is their statement. Continuing, over the past 6 months, we rebuilt Splitgate from the ground up because we believe in the game, our team, and our community. The 1047 team remains committed to delivering the best version of Splitgate possible. To our amazing community, thank you. Your feedback and passion have helped make Arena Reloaded better every day. And to everyone who hasn't played yet, Arena Reloaded is free and the gameplay is the best it's ever been. And we'd love for you to jump in and form your own opinion. A lot of passion. People worked very hard on it. So yeah, everybody was looking at the Steam charts and picking on it because it's one of the punching bags, the recent multiplayer punching bags, especially because the leader of the company is very passionate. So he obviously doesn't have PR training. So he's going to say what he feels. And it's easy for people to respond, you know? So, yeah. And I get it. People. Okay, I don't like too that people live and die by Steam charts, which is stupid. Um, because like Call of Duty is an example. Before Call of Duty wasn't on the Steam charts as high, and people are like, "Oh, Call of Duty's not that popular, but still sells fucking like a bazillion sales." So the Steam chart doesn't point that out. But yeah, um, looking at the Splitgate 2 right now, there was playing past 2 hours was 529 people. All time peak was 25,000. and a 24-hour peak was 1,000. I do feel bad for them, but I think it. I told Comrade a while ago, and I think you guys heard that. I think it was such a shitty release, the first original Splitgate 2. Nobody wants Overwatch. Nobody cares for hero shooters. But I don't feel bad per se. I do agree with that Steam charts is not the end all be all. But yeah, Comrade, got anything to say?
Yeah, for those the uninitiated in the lore of Splitgate, this is the Arena Reloaded is the third attempt this guy has made for releasing the same game. Basically, like they initially released it to great response. Basically, everyone enjoyed it, and
That was the
then
first one.
that was the first one. Yes, the Splitgate. And then it was very well received. It was very innovative gameplay with like portals and like basically an arena shooter.
Halo type
There was a
gameplay.
lot of
Yep.
yeah. And then I forget what happened. You're more into this.
The
What
funds. They
was it
got
that happened?
funds. They got funds from somebody. I forgot. So for some reason
That's
they
right.
decided to stop putting development into the
They
first
stopped
one.
working on the first game completely and basically reworked it into a Splitgate 2.
Hero shooter.
Which was instead of the classic
Abilities.
arena style, they basically got classes and heroes, and basically they almost completely dropped. They still had the portal mechanics, but it was basically the whole reason people enjoyed the game got basically sidelined to become a hero shooter, and that game lasted about a month or so before everyone just stopped playing it. And now they're releasing Splitgate Arena Reloaded, which is basically the first game, the original game that they originally made that everyone liked. But now it's like at this point, everyone that enjoyed the original game is like, this is too little, too late. You've already lost all the good faith and good graces that everyone who enjoyed the original Splitgate gave them. And now they're like, oh, well, Steam charts don't show. It's like, you're right. And like, I want to have faith in these devs. Like you said, they're very passionate. They love this game that they're making. But they made a game, decided to completely revamp the game that they made. And then now we're backpedaling. And it's just, like I said, too little, too late. And like I said, I want to enjoy like these devs. Like you said, they're really passionate about their game. I respect that. But yeah, it's just, they basically fudged it all up. They completely messed up. They lost all the faith in the community they originally built, and now they're just itching for scraps, and that's sad. But that's just how it is. I don't know if you. I think did you play the beta or any of the betas half for Splitgate?
Nope. I don't know. When I first saw Splitgate, I thought it was a different game. Actually, I thought it was the game where they shot the portals and they walk through the portals and stuff.
That is it. Yeah, that's correct.
That's this. This is the same game.
Yeah, this is the
Oh.
third attempt. This is the third time they're releasing that game.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. Now everything you said makes sense. That's why I think it looks so vastly different and stuff. And it's like a hero shooter now. And yeah, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that one, with the hero shooter thing. Uh, yeah, and
It really speaks
yeah.
volumes to how different the game, how much of a direction change they went. If half didn't even recognize the game.
I really didn't. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, this is the same game. Yeah, they kind of derped there. And this Twitter post is kind of just like, I think they would have been better off not saying anything based off this tweet. This tweet kind of actually puts a magnifying glass on it when nobody was probably even worried about it. Like, so, but yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't ever want games to just, developers to just fail, especially if they're trying to rework their game. But it sounds like they made their own bed, so they have to lie in it. And that's all I have to say. Next topic.
Wise words, Seth.
Sob.
Back to you, Sob.
Back to you, Sob.
Back to you, Sob.
Back to you, Sob. SOB. 101.
I'm back. Oh, went to take a piss.
Thank you for
Comrade,
letting everybody know.
Comrade, we should try Splitgate too.
We should. Splitgate Arena Reloaded. Excuse me.
I
Get it
mean,
right.
yeah, well,
Splitgate 3, technically, I guess.
sure.
I'd be interested in trying it out, like I said, but like I said, I'm being real with you. It's lost my faith. Like I liked the first game when it first came out. It was great. I enjoyed it a lot. And then the second one came out. You and I tried that beta. It just wasn't. It just didn't feel right. It just wasn't the same game. It just was generic arena hero shooter. It was
Man,
just
shut
not
your
there.
ass
And then
up,
this
bro.
one, like I
You
said, this
like
third attempt,
those.
well, yeah, but this one just didn't feel right. And then this one, it's just like I don't know. It's like it's third attempt releasing the same game. It's just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it anymore. Like this company 1047 has just lost my faith in them.
Comrade over here saying all that shit, but yeah, he's playing stinky Overwatch and stinky Rivals hero shooters.
Yeah, actually, good hero shooters.
Yeah.
Next topic, Song. What's the next one?
GTA 6 rumors. The Bloomberg journalist, the fuck is it? Jason Schreier spoke on a podcast that developers are still working on it. So basically, he thinks it might not hit the November date, but who knows? This is just a rumor shit, and it went all over the internet like hot fire. Because GTA 6 is very important to the gaming industry. Like I told Comrade, what did I say? Rising tide raises all ships. GTA needs to come out to. It is the savior of. It's one of the big saviors of gaming because nobody buys another console unless it's a really like hype game. Sports, GTA, Call of Duty, or some other game that's an anomaly. That becomes a big hit. Usually those are the big sellers. Oh, first party games, obviously, but yeah, GTA 6 needs to release. It'll sell more of next gen consoles that is not named Xbox. And then all the other games will thrive because other people, will come into the new current gen because they're still on past gen and buy more games. So yeah, I'm gonna take this with, like I said, everything I take with a rumor unless it's a solid. But this one, I'll just wait. What do you guys think? You think it's gonna be delayed? You think?
I honestly think this game, I think it's gonna get delayed. Honestly, it seems to me like they're going to be just trying to get as much of this game as they can, and it seems like they just keep not hitting their deadlines. Rockstar needs this game, like you said, it's gonna be huge, and Rockstar needs this game to be bigger than GTA 5. So they're just gonna keep trying to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those games that seem like they're gonna be in development hell for a long time. But I mean, you're the one who plays a lot more of the GTA style games than I have. I have a big surprise to some people, maybe. I never played GTA 5, so I don't know. I'm not one of the ones who played it, but I know
He
I've
think
heard,
it's
and I know
slop.
how.
He think it's slop. Even though he goes and plays Assassin's Creed, Ass Creed every fucking time.
Yeah, I know what I like, and what I don't, and so basically, yeah. So I mean, I know it's huge, and they need 6 to be even bigger than GTA 5, and that's a tall order with the success of GTA 5. How about you, Half? Do you know anything about? Have you played GTA 5, or do you think that GTA
Um,
6 is going to get delayed again?
I played GTA 5. I enjoyed it. I think now if you're somebody who likes mods and you're somebody who likes talking with people, you can do all sorts of wild stuff on GTA 5. There's all sorts of servers on there. You can role play. They even have a recreation of some cities in Connecticut. But going back to the main point, yeah, I'm all for delays. My problem comes in where it's how many times you keep delaying it, because now it's like you're dangling the carrot in front of us. You know, if you're waiting for, I'm personally not, I don't really care for GTA 6, so I'm just here to laugh at people who's getting upset. But the people who's getting upset, I guess it could be valid, because what is this, the third time now they
12
delayed
years.
this?
It's been 12 years since the last GTA.
Well, no, that's not what I'm asking. What I'm
So
asking is, how many times have they said they were going to release it and then push back the date?
If this rumor is true, this would be the fourth delay.
Yeah, see, that's a problem with me. That come on now. That's either drop the game or not, but don't keep, like you said, this sounds like they're in development hell, because the fourth time now you're pushing it. It's like, come on, dude. I can take up to 2 delays from a game I'm anticipating before I start sucking my teeth and stuff. Like, come on, yo, because that's kind of nutty. But all in all, people shouldn't be too mad, because it just shows that they want the game to be good. You know the game is going to be very good when they release it, or at least you would have high expectations, since they're pushing it back so much. And
they wouldn't.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I have to say on that.
yeah, they're not like other companies where they're just gonna release it and then release a patch. They really want this game to be polished at the end of the day, which is, for a big game, you know how it is nowadays. Not many companies polish, especially big companies. But
I mean,
GTA
especially
has this kind of like pedigree where their games are not really broken. They're actually quite polished when they come out.
yeah, and Rockstar has that sort of reputation where they know you expect their games to be really good on release. Like they did it with obviously GTA, with Red Dead, all of their games. You expect a certain level of polish, and they hold themselves to a pretty high standard. It
Mm,
seems.
mm.
I'm
Yep.
always
So
curious on how because Take Two or Rockstar has to answer to the suits, the investors, and I wonder how that conversation goes because investors always they're the reasons why they push these games out fast, and that guy must have a silver tongue, or he's just very convincing to those uh those investors. He has to go into that room and speak to, I want to be a fly on the wall for that one, personally.
so
Yeah, moving on. Uh, there's a rumor. Crap. There's a rumor that The Witcher 3 is gonna get new DLC. Rumors been going around since June 2025, and from what it seems, is report comes from Insider Gaming that it's going to be done by Fool's Theory. Fool's Theory is the people who are working on The Witcher 1 remake, and I guess it says some a Polish noble securities analyst. I don't know how to say this name. Matt yeah, I'm killing it. Anyways, this Polish noble securities analyst spoke about it. That's how we all the antennas were raised based on that. Uh, and from what I was looking around, it seems a lot of Polish media people knew about it compared to the rest of the world. It seems even IGN has their Polish division; they knew about it. Um, so it seems like it's a solid, not a rumor. I guess I don't know, but I could see it because from what I read before on other articles, that it's going to be kind of like a bridge that goes from 3 to 4, basically. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna believe this personally. They have the time, they have the luxury, and why not play more Witcher 3? I think that's a terrific game, and it's a smart business decision to. So many people have Witcher 3. Why not pick it and play the bridge? What do you guys think about this rumor news?
I mean, yeah, I think this is if this is true, like I said, it's good news. I think a little addition to what you're saying. I believe it says in there that it's rumored to be another $30 DLC. That's what their previous two DLCs for Witcher 3 were back in 2015 and 2016. They were $30, Blood and Wine, but they were $30 with the caveat that it was basically like a huge expansion. It was like basically playing like the game all over again. You played in a whole new region. You had another like 10 hours of content at least. So and if this is another $30 DLC, the expectation or the assumption would be that it would be something similar to that.
The hell are you talking about?
The DLC, Blood and Wine, when that released.
Oh
that was
yeah,
like
I heard that
$30.
was huge. It was like a region.
Yeah.
It was huge. It was like a game
It
in
was
itself.
essentially yes, and the assumption is like if this is another DLC like that, and it's gonna that they'll probably charge another $30 like they did the previous DLC. It might be huge like that, and that would be an impressive, like you said. I mean, the game came out back in like what 2015, 2016, and that was their last DLC was in back then. So now, 10 years later, they're gonna release another patch for The Witcher 3 like that size. I mean, yeah, that's gonna get a lot of people back on The Witcher 3. It was a massive success. There's a lot of people that still have that game somewhere on their systems or their discs somewhere on their consoles that are probably going to get that, probably going to play that DLC. And if it's half as good as any of the other DLCs, they're going to get hyped up for Witcher 4, which is, like you said, expected to be released sometime either probably next year, I'm assuming. So yeah, I mean, it's a good move on them. And like I said, if it proves to be true, I don't know if you have anything to add about Half.
This is good news. Getting new DLC, and the fact that this game came out in 2015 and they're still making DLC for it is just insane in like the best way. Um, like you said, from what I hear, the DLCs are pretty loaded, so you can expect this to be pretty chunky. And yeah, I have The Witcher 3 on my PS4, so if they somehow by God's grace decide to release it on PS4, I will definitely be getting it. But yeah, this is great news and just goes to show how good The Witcher is. Jesus Christ. At least still releasing game DLC for a game that's 10 years old. Shit. So that's all I have to say.
Back to you, Sub.
Yes. Leon, close this shit. Close this shit. All right. Corsair. So again, with images. Remember Half that they had some kind of RAM that was a very low price or low to the standards of what is now, and then they canceled people's orders. So they're showing on the website they stealthily raised prices 2 days of providing goodwill discount codes. So they magically raised the two prices after issuing. It says right here, Corsair magically raised prices 2 days after issuing goodwill 40% discount codes to those whose RAM orders were canceled due to a mispricing order. So it went up. It went from $841.99 to $1,071.99. Sounds expensive, but that 800 is still low.
Sounds fishy.
So
It
they've
does
been
sound
doing
real
it
fishy.
everywhere. They've been doing it everywhere. Yeah, this is
I mean, this all the chips and everything have been going up in price everywhere. That's why everyone jumped up on when it was only $800. That's why everyone jumped on that. And then, like you said, the Corsair pulled a little sneaky and said, "Oops, that was an error. Now it's $1,000."
Wow, that's pretty that
That is
comes
a little
off
bit,
as shady. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
Comes off as pretty shady. That's all I have to say about that,
yeah. No,
honestly.
that sneaky Corsair doing a made a we made a boo boo. Whoops. Now pay up.
Yeah, basically.
all
Yeah.
right.
So
That was a short one. moving on. There's a rumor coming out about Steam Machine. It's a big one. It came from how do you say this word, Comrade? CZECH. Chech, right?
Yeah,
Chech website. Here we go. Forgot about this.
from a Czech
Yeah,
website.
listings
Yeah.
on a couple Czech websites showed the base 512 gigabyte Steam Machine, which converted from their listing to $950, and a 2 terabyte high end, which the converted to $1,070. Um, Now this is a heavy grain of rumor with salt. Nobody said anything as of yet, and if you go to the website, I guess the website is hiding the prices or something like that. You have to do some kind of website coding to reveal the prices. This has been done before with other products. The last time this was kind of done, from what I remember, was the Xbox handheld. There was a Xbox handheld, and there was a website, like a holding website, and there was a price, but it was hidden, and they found the price out by that way. Um, we don't know if this price is going to be the actual price, but a lot of people are starting to believe that this rumor may be true. Um, if I'm gonna say it, that's a high ass price if it turns out to be true. But I'm not surprised. I know people are saying this and that. You can get a PC, but times change. PC gamers tend to say you can build a better system than a PS5, but I'm never gonna believe that, especially during the times now. Like I say, today's price ain't yesterday's price, and today's price ain't tomorrow's price. PS5 Pro is $700. Um, that itself is a whole console, and you don't have to pay an astronomical amount. But with the Steam Machine, if this turns out to be true, is way too fucking high, especially when, from what it seems, specs or rumor or talks, that it's not even more powerful than the PS5 in general, because they're basing it on some kind of Steam chart model that they have, statistics. And I get it, but at the end of the day, I don't know about these prices. I'll take it with a huge grain of salt, but something makes me believe it might be. But what do you guys think of this?
Honestly, this doesn't surprise me because if you listen to some of the talks that Valve has had, and Steam, the Steam Machine, they've always said it's not a console, it's a computer, and they're charging computer prices for their home, mobile desktop console computer. They've always advertised it and claimed it's not a console, it's a computer, and they're charging computer prices for it. That makes sense to me. Now, like you said, there it is. They've always advertised it as a computer, but it's competing with much cheaper consoles, and it's got console specs to it. It is a steep price, but I'm not surprised that they're charging this amount because they've always claimed that it's not a console, it's a computer. I don't know about you, Half. If what do you think? If it's real this price, would you intend to buy it? I don't know if I'd buy it for this steep of a price.
Nah, I personally, excuse me. Whew, I personally wouldn't spend more than 800 at the most for this Steam box. That's if it's at that price. But I see them probably releasing two versions like we saw here. I don't know if it's going to be the same terabyte or whatever, because again, this is just a rumor. It's not true, but I see them probably releasing one for maybe like 800 and then maybe one for like 6 or like, maybe that's my guesstimate. I don't know. Like you said, they're working on a computer, so I expect the price to be higher. Um, but my guesstimate is eight. I would do 800 at most for me personally. And I don't know if this is true. If it is, I wouldn't be surprised either, though, because with everything it could do, um, I don't have to go into details because we'll be here for a while. But yeah, I
Everything
wouldn't be
it claims
surprised.
that it's supposed to be able to do, yeah.
Yeah, everything it claims it's supposed to be able to do. But yeah, this price wouldn't surprise me if it's around the ballpark of where they release it to. But me personally, I wouldn't spend more than 800 at most for it. And that's all I have to say.
It seems very much that it's not they're trying to release to a more a very nuanced audience, that not the casual audience that would mostly be playing like Steam and console games. This is for a more high-end collector or something. That's what it's. If it's going to be that price, those are the only people that are really going to buy it, like the hardcore dedicated fans
That's
of
a bunch of
Battle's games.
lies. That's a bunch of lies.
For
I mean, I can see
$950, I don't see many casual people buying a $950 console.
You would just the
Nah,
only
I'm
people I see buying
disagreeing.
this are people that are like well off. You
I'm
have to have extra money, or you're buying it for your family. You know, like games to play for with your children and stuff like that. Because there's gonna be a bunch of those games available. So
Yeah.
I was disagreeing with Comrade on the fans. We're gonna pimp. They did not support that damn Steam Deck. They're too snot. They're too uppity. I don't think they would buy this either. I don't think there's a real Steam fan. It's hard to believe there's Steam fans. What I mean is, if Steam, you see how I have the Steam Link. You see how I have a Steam console, a mini PC. I I like. I'm a Steam fan per se, that I want to support them, but they're not people who built their PC. They say they're PC gamers and they say, "Oh, I love Steam," but if Steam releases a controller to the Steam Link, they wouldn't have those. If you ask them, "Hey, you have the Steam products?" They don't. I don't believe there's a lot of Steam fans per se. They wouldn't buy stickers. They wouldn't buy merch wearing shirts. You know, like PlayStation, how they have shirts and people wear them. That's how I believe. I will disagree with that part. Anyways, that's opening up a can of worms. Let's move on. And yes, I am right.
As whatever you say, son.
Anyway, I am right. I am right on that psychological part. Moving on. There's rumors. Where the fuck is this shit? Ah, yeah.
There are rumors that we
Hold
don't know
on.
where the fuck some shit is.
Yes,
Did you
correct.
hear that? There are rumors that we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
That's true. There's a rumor NVIDIA is to bring back GeForce RTX 360. It's reported by WCCF Tech, January 5th. And this they were reporting this because a Twitter user named HongZing2020 on X was talking about that rumor. Basically, he said RTX 3060 Q1 comeback smile face tier. And from what it seems, that user has a very solid track record with NVIDIA updates and plans. That last time that shit released was in 2021 and it got discontinued in 2024. And on the Steam charts, it is still the most used graphics card, GPU. It tops the charts. Underneath that is the GeForce RTX 4060 laptop GPU. So it is still the most popular. That's short, pretty much, but this kind of shit pisses me off personally because we're going back generations. And then they're going to probably charge more for going back generations. And yes, that report that I was talking about, the Steam hardware, was December 2025. So it is very much a top GPU. I don't like this news. It's like I repeat, it's going back. Why are we going back? Why? Why do we have to do this? Because of AI? Why though? Why? Can we? I don't like this news. But yeah, what do you guys think?
I agree. I think it's not good news. The fact that we're not developing new things, we're literally going backwards in time to previous hardware. And ironically, if I remember correctly, the 3060 graphics card, I believe it outpaces some of the current ones, of the 50 series. I'm not 100% sure on that. I feel like I read that somewhere. But like I said, that could be wrong. That could be misinformation. I'd have to confirm that source. But basically, yeah, that's not good because of this whole AI mess that's happening, and current production isn't able to maintain all the the demand of cars and ships that AI is requiring for their advancement, now all the rest of the industries are suffering heavily. So yeah, I don't like how they, like you said, they're having to go backwards in time. And honestly, because like you say, they discontinued it, now they're going to have to open production lines for this. Most likely, yeah, they're going to be upcharging a graphics card back from 2021 to modern pricing, probably most likely, and it's not good. I don't think it's a good thing, but it's probably what's going to happen until this AI boom settles down. I don't know what you think about that, Half. You think that they're going to keep it the same price as they would have back in 2021, or do you think they're going to upcharge it? What do you think about this whole going down in eras of the
I think
graphics
they're
card?
gonna upcharge it and to try to make money off the people who maybe can't buy the other graphics cards that are compatible with whatever current computer or laptop they're using. Um, Without going into too much detail and repeating the same stuff as you guys, I pretty much feel how you guys feel. This overall doesn't sound like good news. Um, Me personally, I also haven't had good experiences with GeForce because I tried using them back then in like 2011 and 2012, and I didn't have a good experience with their graphics card anyway. So that's all I have to say about that.
Back to you, Sub.
Back to you, Saab.
Back to you, SOB
Hold on.
101.
Back to you.
Comrade, you go
Sub.
ahead. You start from you do the last three: the Arc Raiders, Final Fantasy 9, and whatever else you posted.
All right, so we have a nice article here about Arc Raiders. If you're not heard about Arc Raiders, huge game going on right now. But there's a article on there that said the devs, Embark Studio, and their boss Patrick Stoddard, they decided one of their main reasons they had originally, I guess, wanted to make the Arc Raiders a free to play kind of game, but they looked at modern iterations like, for example, Helldivers, and how that has a price point to them, and that's why they decided to charge the $40 price point to their game. Obviously, they wanted to make it slightly cheaper than other AAA titles, but they said that they rather make people feel like it's totally worth $40. And I hope that people, given how much time they seem to spend in the game, feel like we've given them value for their money. And honestly, I feel like that's a mentality that not a lot of game developers really have. But I like how they decided that that's what they wanted to do, and they committed to it, and it worked out really well for them. They gave you a good experience for a not full AAA pricing, but like a $40 game, and it worked out for them. I don't know how you feel about that, Half.
I
Do you
like the
think we're
mentality. If you're gonna make a game for $40, instead of just thinking in your head, okay, this is gonna be a game with less price, so I'm gonna put in less work, you're gonna go, no, I'm going to try to maximize this and make people really feel like they got their money's worth. And I respect that mentality a lot. Um, I still haven't tried the game yet. Looks like fun. I know a couple of my friends are getting it, but yeah, overall, that sounds like the mind of a pretty solid developer. I could say about that. I like his mentality.
Yeah, I think he's got the right mentality, and I feel like not a lot of developers have that same mentality nowadays.
Yeah, no, and I'm not mad at him for charging for the game because I feel like people should deserve to get paid for the hard work they do. So, that's cool too. I respect that.
Mhm.
I don't know if Saab's back or if we should go to the next topic.
Get your ass
Uh,
up.
I'll go with the next topic.
Hold on. No,
More Saab has opinions. Saab has things to talk about. Everyone, put your stuff down and listen to Saab.
The real person to thank is Helldivers. If it wasn't for Helldivers 2, nobody would be thinking about this $40. And people should start respecting Helldivers more, I think. There's some disrespect that still comes its way, and I think this whole $40 thing is, like I said, I'll repeat, thanks to them. So, people go try out Helldivers. That game is fucking fun as hell. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Saab. We'll go on to the next topic here. There's a little funny story apparently that came out recently from the Final Fantasy IX lead developer and producer, I Kazuhiko Aoki. I can't pronounce it. I
That
probably
sounds
butchered
so butchered.
that. Oh, listen, I've tried my best. At
Sounds
least
racist.
I tried. Listen, I'm sorry. I apologize for everyone who had to suffer through that. But it was a funny story. He says back in let's see, the 2000s when they were making their Final Fantasy game on the PS2. This is a recent interview that he had. The then unreleased console CPU was considered so powerful that it was may have been diverted for military use. So when he was trying to when he was in Hawaii, they were attempting to send him the testing equipment for the PS2 so they could help make the game and produce it. But at the time, the PS2 CPU was considered so overpowered that the exports of it was restricted, and the U.S. military wouldn't allow him to receive it.
What the fuck are they putting in the PS2s, man? The hell?
That's just a funny story. I thought, yeah, exactly. That's why I read that. I'm like, what the hell are they? What kind of PS2s are they building back in the day? But they did eventually, obviously, get it. They eventually, Customs and Exports decided to actually allow him to take the PS2 to Hawaii, and they developed Final Fantasy IX after that. But I thought that was a hilarious little tidbit of history.
Yeah, I'm like, what on earth? That makes me wonder what were they putting in that to even wow. Wow, man, that just goes to show how legendary the PlayStation 2 is. I love that system. Good.
Hell yeah, bro.
God damn, that was a cool find.
Did
What
you
the
not
fuck?
know that Iraq imported 1,400 PS2s back then to help with their military shit? You didn't know that?
Is that real?
That's
For real?
old. That's an old news.
I didn't know that.
That was reported by NBC or whatever the fuck the News Times back then.
That they
What the
imported
fuck?
PS2s for their military production? That's hilarious.
Because it was
Yeah,
so
no, I like
back
said,
then.
I
Because
didn't
back
know that.
then,
I saw that.
back then
I
PS2s
didn't know
were
that.
powerful. So that
Yeah.
was just a thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's probably not nearly as powerful nowadays, but back in the day, apparently that thing was a literal military liability.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, it makes me wonder, like, is that just the developers doing that on their own doing, or are they working with the government to get that type of super technology, to make the military glance at it? Like, what the hell?
That's classified. I'm not allowed to talk on that subject.
I believe our military had used PS2s too at a time. They did too.
Yeah, but doesn't it make you wonder, like, for a separate entity away from the government to create a gaming system so powerful that it ends up on the government's radar? Isn't that nuts? Or it makes you wonder if they're working with the government to get that type of technology to begin with. But again, we're not going to go into that rabbit hole. So we can go into the next topic.
There's a lot of reports. Air Force used it. Yeah, the PS2s were
Powerhouse. Overpowered powerhouses.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, go ahead, move on.
What's the next topic, Sub? What's the next topic, Sub? Oh, here we go.
This man
Another little
posted
tidbit.
something.
No, I found it. I found it. Don't worry. I didn't take as long as you did to search for things, but I found it. It's another little tidbit. Apparently, after 2 decades of dedicated hunting, a specific video game collector has finally completed a full physical library of every Xbox 360 game released in North America. It's a collection of 1,353 games, including variants and special editions, and it's an estimated cost of about $20,000. It took 2
Wow.
decades and estimated cost of $20,000 to finally complete it after after 2 decades. Honestly, this is the kind of library that Saab dreams of having. His
Yep.
physical collection of 1,500 titles.
Yep. I know Saab is stiff looking at this shit. Please. I know he
No,
would love something like
I
this.
wonder. I wonder
this
if it's
is
all of the titles. I'm pretty sure there's like a one disc variant they made or 5, and he's missing it.
That sounds like hate right there.
No, I'm
yeah.
just saying it's
That
true.
sounds like jealousy if I've ever heard one. But no, it's still very impressive. I'm not gonna lie,
Yes.
and a lot of dedication. But damn,
Yeah.
$20,000, man.
Why the
Spend that on next.
360, man?
Might
Choose a better
as well.
fucking gaming system.
I might as well spend it on the next Steam console.
The 360
You know?
wasn't actually their best console, so why not, right?
Well, actually, you know what? You're right. It is their best console. So you're right.
Why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
I'd say
I'm not
spend
mad
that
at it.
$20,000, but buying yourself a new Steam machine when it comes out,
Yeah, that too.
because maybe it'll be $20,000 based on the reports.
For real. Yeah, but
Alright.
that's pretty impressive, though. Pretty cool.
Let's move on to game impressions. Start us off.
I started playing. I don't know. I might have mentioned this already the last time. If I did, please forgive me. But I've been playing this game called The Void Rains Upon Her Heart. It's a bullet
fuck?
hell. Yeah, it's a bullet hell shooter game. For the people that don't know, the bullet hell games are games like Darius, Twin Eagle,
He's technically a little bit.
yeah, it's kind of more of a old school kind of genre. I mean, they're still making games in that style, but there's few and far between. So this game stuck out to me because the art style is really good. The music is very good, and there's a lot of replayability and things you can unlock in this game. And I enjoy it a lot. I've been playing the crap out of that. So that's on Steam right now. I've been playing the early access, but it's damn near like the full game. It's pretty chunky. Um, just to give you an idea of how big this game is, I beat this game on
What the
two
hell's the
difficult.
name?
The Void Rains Upon Her Heart. The
Yeah. The void rains upon her heart.
Yes, you'll know when you see it because you'll see an alien. It's like dark for the banner, and you'll see an alien holding a glowing heart, and it's like, and so this game's pretty chunky. Whole lot of different game modes. I beat this game twice. I checked.
Is
the
this an
percentage
early
for how-
access game?
Yes, I
Yes.
said that.
No, you
He
didn't.
did say that. Yeah, he
I
did,
did
say
say
that.
that. So this game is so chunky that I beat this game twice, and I checked how much I completed it, and it only said 5%.
There's 758 achievements on Steam for this game.
That's stupid.
Oh yes. So if you're an achievement
That's
junkie,
stupid.
your dopamine's gonna be going insane playing this game. Plenty of achievements, a lot of unlockables. There's a lot of replayability in this game. If you're somebody who likes those bullet hell games, side scrollers, the monsters look very cool and unique. It's a very cool game. It's dark. It's a dark game. So yeah, I've been loving that. And then
What the fuck
I
made
bought
you
Drag-
get this game? It's
'Cause I
because it was
like
on
bullet-
sale. Nah, it was on sale, bitch. That's what it was.
It looks
Well,
a little bit like a Galaga type of game as well. But like,
Yes, Galaga. You can bring that. You can use that as a reference to the type of style this is. It's hard because I don't know too many games to name that people will actually recognize because
Gradius,
this
Gradius,
gaming category
Galaga,
is
Gradius, Resogun. I don't know.
yeah,
okay. So stuff like that.
1942.
So stuff like that, people. Except this game is yeah, it's just darker, cool animation. So I've been enjoying that. And then I also bought Dragon's Dogma, and that game has
one or
Speak
two.
been.
about that. Nah, we gotta speak about that. What do you?
I
One or
bought
two.
one.
Okay.
I bought
Yeah.
one because I heard two wasn't that good from several people, compared to one. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just get one. And the game's pretty fun. It's interesting, the combat and stuff like that. The combat is basically like Monster Hunter and Dark Souls had a love child. That's basic. That's the best way I can put it. Um, and it's cool because while you're fighting, like, let's say I'm fighting some mobs or something, one of my party members will come behind them and put them in a full Nelson so I can come up to the enemy and slash them apart. Your pawns, they speak to you and they actually say useful information. When you get to a crossroad at a certain part in the map, they'll say something like, this road leads to this town here, this road leads this way, but there's bandits this way and the quest is this way. And so they'll say certain things, they talk to you. um the AI in the game is pretty smart. When you attack certain enemies or fight in a certain way, your party will kind of build around that. Um, and it's a lot of cool interactions. Like, I seen my pawn, right? It's a taller woman. She's a warrior, great sword. She comes over and she fucking chokes the wolf with her bare fucking hands, pins it down, and it's choking it. And I'm just sitting there just watching the wolf's life bar drain, and I'm like, yo, this game is sick, yo. This game is
I
pretty sick.
I do remember. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma is a very some of the things, like I said, like some of the things that Pawns can do were way ahead of its time, and that are still not implemented in some modern games as well. But yeah, it is an older game. It is. You could probably feel some of the controls feel a little bit dated,
Hmm.
but no, it's still an excellent game. And from what I've heard, I agree with you. From what I've heard, that a lot of people say that it's better than the second iteration.
Yeah, so I've been enjoying that a lot. Yeah, that game came out in 2013, and yeah, still a pretty fun game. Very, like how I described it to Saab, very video gamey. And I mean that in the best way. It's a very video gamey game. A lot of cool stuff, upgrades. Everything is very immersive, interactive. You can combine items, do all sorts of cool stuff in that game. And to top it off, it's on the more challenging side, which is what I love. I don't like easy
Mhm.
peasy games, so I've been really enjoying that game a lot. Surprisingly, I bought that basically on a whim because I was like, it's on sale right now, and I heard a lot about it through the grapevine over the years. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. What about you guys for your gaming's impressions?
Uh, yeah, I'll go next. I haven't been on here for a little while, so I have two games that I completed in the meantime. Uh, so last week I completed Hogwarts Legacy, the story. Um, I'm sure Stab will have his discussion on that because he's also working on that game now. But like I said, I enjoyed the game. There, story wise, it's a game that if you like the Harry Potter universe, you can get, I think, pretty immersed in it. There's a few things in there that are a little bit annoying. I'll get into that, but like I said, I like the story running around Hogwarts. I enjoy that. Like you get to be in Hogwarts Castle. There's things going on in the Hogwarts Castle uh, that make it feel, in a better sense of the word, magical. Um, the open world is a little bit less so. Like once you get out of the castle, it's a little bit less like involved, but there's less things going on. So mostly just like puzzles and bandit camps on the outside world, which is typical of most RPGs, so that's fine, I think. The combat, I kind of is a little bit annoying. The combat is not great in that game, but once you kind of adapt, it's definitely a game that's made for console. I played on PC, and some of the button presses you had to do for PC were unnecessary, absolutely ridiculous. That I looked at the console commands, and it's just like, oh, that's one button. I have to reach my hand on the other side of my damn computer just to press one attack button. So that was a little bit of pain in the ass, but a good game. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I did get heavily distracted doing a lot of the other little side content, and like they have like a little bare bones sort of base building thing that helps you build crafting materials and stuff like that. So I got heavily distracted doing things like that, and a lot of this puzzles and side content I did get immersed into.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed the puzzles aspect of it, and like I said, it did feel the Hogwarts Castle really felt magical to me. I enjoyed it. And right now, I'm working on my next game that I've started and have been playing through is Mafia: The Old Country. That is a very different shift in genre, but so far I like it a lot. Like it's if you're a fan of the Mafia 1, if you ever played Mafia series, Mafia 1, Mafia 2, it's Mafia 3, they're just basically it's more of that. The story is very much involved. Like it's a very engrossing story of that whole Italian mafia culture, and it's a very good game. Like I said, it's got that old style of health regeneration where you if you're not into shooters, basically if you hide and cover for a second, your health bar recovers. Anyway, you don't need to pick up like health kits or anything like that. So it's not if you're not a big shooter fan or something like that, it's not a hard game to get into. You could play the game pretty well, reasonably, because of the health regeneration is pretty generous.
Saab, you
But
played
yeah,
Mafia games, right? Oh, no, maybe they were Godfather games. Was he even there?
I think he played Godfather.
It was
Played
Godfather.
Mafia 2 and Godfather.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, those are my impressions. That's my games that I've been working on. I'll leave it to you, Saab. Tell me what you think. I know you're chomping at the bit to tell me how wrong I am about Hogwarts Legacy. Not clearly,
Nice.
he's clearly not chomping at the bit because he's heavily distracted
What
doing
happened?
something else right now.
Yeah, you're
Stop
You're
right.
doing
chomping at. Tell me what you
I
think about the game
I'm
impressions,
playing
Saab. What do you think?
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yep,
I think it's an okay game right now. I really think it's
that's not
just
what
an
you
okay.
told me, and that's not what you told me in confidence.
I think it's an old game. I mean, not an old game, an okay game. What am I supposed to say? I don't think
Tell me.
I have a problem with it because I don't like all the fast travel. I don't like. I personally, if I was a director, I think the house is what it's magical. I think you shouldn't have fast travel points in the house itself because it's such a big map. I'm okay with that, but within the house, I think you should get your bearings of a school because the school, we all got, well, majority of people got introduced to the movies, which is the school, which is the magical place. So why fast travel throughout the house, the school? Just travel through it as normal and have magical stuff happen through it. I don't think it's magical enough, but that's my gripe with the house. The house itself. That's what I have a problem with. I don't like that part. The battles are okay. They're pretty casual, but like I told Comrade, I think this game is very heavy casual because it probably brings in people who don't play video games, who love the books, who stick to books, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, they made a Harry Potter game or you know, the World of Hogwarts game, and it's actually good. Oh, I'm gonna get a play. I'm gonna I'm gonna get, ask my sibling, whatever, they're gonna get it, and it's gonna be their first game they've ever played. You know what I mean? So I can understand why a lot of this thing is very Ubisoft, very casual. Everything is on the map. Anything you do, any side quests, you don't naturally just use your brain and get lost in the world. There's a fucking thing on the map, mini map, and it's in front of you within the world. If it's on the other side of a wall, it'll ping it there. So it's very heavy casual. That's what I'm saying. It's not, you lose all the magical and the spectacle because of all the shit that's happening on the screen. But I guess that's the 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 thing of bringing in casuals. That's my whole point. Comrade does not understand, but I guess I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm playing through it. I'm enjoying it to a point. Um, I think it's silly because it's an RPG, like you said. So I'm wearing all this fucking ridiculous gear that does not match, and I just fucking put everything the best. I look like a hobo in that world. I'm like, damn, I look like a damn hobo right now. I got some robe that looks really rough and shit. I'm like, I just think it's hilarious. I'm wearing this. I was wearing dragon. What is it called, comrade? You wear. There's these glasses, right? And it has high stats, but it's not regular glasses. It's like it's got dragon eyes with dragon skin around it, like kind of like a. You know
They
how you wear
basically
those
make
fake
you
eye
look like they
goggles?
got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's okay. So it feels kind of awkward, but I'm wearing it because it's the best stats. But it looked quite ridiculous in a cutscene. But it is what it is. But yeah. Uh, oh, it doesn't have health regen. It's an old school, new school. That's one thing I find interesting about it. It kind of tries to be an action RPG. I don't know. It's weird. It just.
It
I,
does have out of combat health
yeah,
regen.
it does, but it is interesting. Uh, I only got 45 something percent. Just got on my broom and riding around and shit. Oh, here's one thing I don't like about the game. It wastes time with conversation trees that lead to nowhere. That doesn't affect much. So there's one thing where I was talking to somebody in a cutscene about a book. Okay? The main thing was the situation in the book. Okay, so they're talking, and then it goes to the choices. It says the first choice was to exit the conversation. Then the second choice was to talk about the book. That is one example of many in this game that it gives me choices to choose what to talk about, but it's fucking is just busy work. Bro, just talk about the book and then make it a whole fucking conversation. Why do you gotta make me? I'm eating here. I'm thinking it's gonna be a simple conversation. No, you gotta make me choose the second option to continue. Fuck off. Just talk about that damn shit and leave me the hell alone. There's a lot of choices that is weird in this game. Like it's just busy work. Busy work, and I don't like. That's one thing that's pissing me off is the conversations. It's trying to be like a light Bethesda, but it's like, what the fuck is the point? Why do I gotta know all that information for? If I need to know all that information, then I should have a further skill tree to convince people, just like Bethesda or any of those games that require conversation. But no, this is just busy work, just to keep you just there, keep your attention there. I feel like, and Comrade's like, no, no, bro, I'm gonna disagree with you. That shit is busy work. So waste of damn time. Yeah. Anyways, Comrade, you got anything to say about that? My complaint.
Yeah, whatever the fuck you just said, I'm supposed to say. Yeah, no, like I could get it. I could get into this argument with you all day, but yeah, no, that's fine. We're already past time. I can't start bitching to you about how I disagree with all of the stuff that you just said. Do you have anything to add? Any final remarks, Taff?
Uh, Saab plays shitty games for the most part.
So yeah, when he finally meets a quality game like Hogwarts Legacy, he has nothing but bad things to say about it. I understand what you
No,
mean.
it's not
Taff.
bad things. I have high expectations because it's like playing a Star Wars game. You have a expectation of a franchise that's pretty big, right? And when the game comes out, you have these. It's unfortunate, right? Like I try to have low expectation for everything, but when it comes to something like the Harry Potter series, like there is some sort of higher expectation, you know? They sell a lot of merch, they sell a lot. It's a big franchise, so it's like I'm not gonna, you know, expect it to be to have low expectations that like that. My low expectations for something like that is a bit higher, like a Star Wars game, you know? There's nothing wrong with that.
Do you have any final remarks,
Oh, I
Saab?
do have another thing. Chicory, A Colorful Tale. That's a wonderful game. That's a wonderful game. I beat it. Man, that game is about self-doubt. Um, you're bringing color to the world, artistic. It's very Zelda-esque. I think I said that before, but I beat it. It's a wonderful game. It really is a wonderful game. Very nice message, very dark. It's not hard. It's just a wonderful game to get to. Great puzzle. Like I think it's a damn solid game. I think it's a very, very good game. I enjoyed it. Anything else? Guys got anything else to say? Oh, predecessor. We're gonna play. We played last night. It was funny. Comrade went off on somebody, man. He was typing like you should have. You heard flames come off that keyboard. He was fucking getting mad at this person. It was a steal, and he's like, "This steal it doesn't help me." And he's getting and Comrade's getting DP by the duo.
I
Both holes were
yes.
filled. Both holes, oh, not both.
Yeah.
He was getting slammed. Conrad.
Yes,
Yes,
man
you got
abandons me in my lane and says it's my fault that I'm dying. And yeah, no, I had to give that guy a, let's call it a stern talking to, and we lost that game.
You, sir, are a piece of shit. A vile
Thou
person.
art a vile, heinous.
You should have seen it have it. You would have laughed. That shit was hilarious.
Sounds like it
Yeah.
was.
But yeah, that's
Meanwhile,
it.
Saab was just silently not saying a damn thing,
I was
just
laughing about
giggling
it.
to himself the entire time while I was going off on this guy.
And by the way, this was ranked half. This wasn't casual. This was ranked.
Word.
But yeah, take us out, comrade.
In my defense, the other guy started it, so I had to finish it.
Oh, yeah. Also, shout out to Twitch, Lisu Games, TTV, LESUGAMEZ, TTV. Shout out to him. Comrade, yeah, take us out.
Goodbye, friends.
Later, y'all.